new president-elect, President Biden. I hope y'all are praying for him. I hope y'all are praying for Vice President Kamala Harris, because God certainly moved and has been moving over the past few weeks in our country. Let's face it, some of the things that he said were just very refreshing. Unity, not red states, not blue states, the United States. Everybody should have a voice. The disabled, black folks, white folks, Hispanic, all of us should come together in unity. He even spoke about systemic racism and said, we got to get serious about addressing systemic racism. He addressed the sick and said, yes, we need to do something about health care for all. I'm going to tell you, he even said to Trump supporters, let's stop demeaning each other. Let's come together. He even said, let's turn the temperature down and let's work together. I'm going to tell y'all, when I listen to that, the first thing I said is this. Boy, it's going to take a miracle for all that to happen. It is going to take a miracle for all that to happen. Our country is over 244 years old. We have a history of slavery, a history of civil rights, poll taxes, segregation. In fact, when the Civil War was won, Lincoln made the statement and said that even though we don't want blacks enslaved, we want white people to continue to have the superior position. And from that point on, we have never had a president say we need to take a serious look at systemic racism. Wow. Are you telling me you want to take a look at why black folks make up only 1% of the wealth, but 15% of the country? You want to take a look at why black folks are 5 times more likely to be shot by cops? You want to take a look at systemic racism? You know what I say? Boy, it's going to take a miracle to resolve something like that. And I don't know about you, but I got plenty of Trump friends. I got plenty of Biden friends. And the venom that I've heard them speak over the past few weeks, I was looking on my feed and I saw this pastor and he said, we need to seriously talk about seceding from the United States. Y'all know what that means? That doesn't mean succeed. He's saying we need to form a second United States. Y'all, that's real. And I'm going to tell you, I had to get angry at him a little bit to just say, you're telling me Daniel could serve Nebuchadnezzar, who was actually throwing people in a fiery furnace, or Belshazzar, who was actually throwing people in a lion's den, and Daniel, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, they never talked about seceding from the Babylonian Empire, but just because your person was not elected, you're talking about seceding? I said, dude, there is nothing godly about that. And I was thinking, boy, Biden, it's going to take a miracle for you to bring this country together. But guess what, y'all? I got something to tell you. Lean in close. God specializes in miracles. God specializes in miracles. God is able to bring this country together. God is able, even though it may have been ignored somewhat for 244 years, God is able to resolve systemic racism. God is able to stop mass incarceration. He's able to help with the wealth gap. He is able. It may be beyond your capability, Biden and Kamala Harris, but my God is able. He's in the miracle working business. It's going to take a miracle for us to recover from some of the things that's happening in the world. And I ain't even talked about the pandemic yet, y'all. I mean, we literally, in my lifetime, your lifetime, you've never been in a pandemic before where people are saying, you know what, don't have large gatherings. Today, I didn't send out any text inviting folks to church. That was intentional because it was one of those things of, yeah, we're spiking again, so I want to make sure we're still under 30 within our place. But I tell you, can you think about it, y'all? A pandemic where they're saying you can't gather together. A pandemic that's airborne. A pandemic to where literally we're at a place that by the end of the year, 400,000 people will die. That's more than World War II. That's more than World War I. That's more than the Iraq War and the Afghanistan War put together. And our president-elect says we're going to curb the tide of the pandemic. You know what I say? It's going to take a miracle for something like that to happen. But let me tell you something. As followers of Jesus, as believers in Jesus Christ, God specializes in miracles. And if all that's going to happen, it's not going to happen by Biden and Harris. And it wasn't going to happen by Trump Pence. It's going to happen by our God in heaven, unleashing his grace and his mercy on this country. So I'm going to tell you, if you claim to pray for Trump, you better pray even harder for Biden. Because there's no way he's going to be able to lead and do the things that he's trying to do without God undergirding him and helping him lead this great country. It's going to take a miracle, but my God specializes in miracles.